Heartened to hear when I speak to marketers about the fact that they are being opportunistic right now. And so I was speaking to the CMO of a financial services brand, and she said that trying to recompete after cutting budget costs you more than you will save. I really like that sentiment, and I've been evangelizing that sort of opportunism to brands and agencies whom I speak to. It not only builds goodwill with consumers to advertise during recession. Consumers feel more positive about your brand's commitment to its products and services. It's also just like mathematically obvious. Gaining share of voice during a downturn when other folks are retrenching and pulling back. It's a more profitable time to compete for reach and to compete for clicks. And so, gaining share of voice is more cost effective during a downturn than it would be when everyone is spending at full tilt. Proactive marketing to build pent up demand that can be sort of harvested once consumer confidence resurges in the economy. That's also a really savvy thing to do. And so, given the headwinds, but also the opportunism here, we're bullish on retail media over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. Even though consumers are going to be spending less than they otherwise would on discretionary items, we're bullish because of the sentiment that I'm hearing from CMOs about how they're investing, but also because they can verify retail media's revenue impact, right? That closed loop reporting is really important here. There's less gray area about actually attributing product sales back to ad exposure. They can verify its revenue impact, they can prove its yield, and then they can compare the yield of retail media to the yield of other channels within their mix and be able to rationalize how much they spend on this channel relative to their overall budget. And so it's a cost-effective way to acquire customers, to hit your volume targets, and then it also is conducive to building sympathy between CFOs and CMOs. There's not as much arguing about well, this source of truth says that TV delivered this much reach, and that source of truth has a different number. Less of that in retail media because of the sort of closed loop, walled garden reporting within which retail media occurs. So we're bullish on that, and our forecasts over the next 2 to 4 years reflect that bullishness despite these headwinds.